Oh, there we go. There we go. That's on. There we go. Right there. That's on. There we go. Double white maggot on hook. Lovely fish to end on. Well, isn't this a bit different? So, I am at a different venue today. On the last one we were at Boddington, just down the road. Train going past, randomly beeping its horn. Yeah, last one we were at Boddington, just down the road, water level right down, and I thought it'd be a great opportunity to take you around the place and show you what the contours of the lake look like, what the pegs look like, and ultimately when there's not a lot of water left in a reservoir, you get a good idea of the layout of the lake bed, and it kind of gets your brain thinking, oh, I'll try there next time, or I don't know, I'll try doing this next time. And it just gives you that little bit more of a, I don't know, a thinking edge to get out there and catch a few more fish. And today I've come to Clatercote Reservoir, which is just down the road from Boddington, and this is going through exactly the same, not struggle, because as I'm studying now, there's people catching carp, so it is still a very active fishery, even though the water is pretty much halved. And I don't know what depth here, it's been a long time since I've fished it, but I do know bulk of the water is down here in this bottom third. So who knows, maybe we'll go for a walk round and show you guys how it looks. But it's a bit windy, so I've had to put my baby hamster on. But amidst all the wind and the good weather we've got, it's a perfect opportunity to take you guys round, peg to peg, and show you Clatercote Reservoir in its fullest. So, this is Fishery Audit number 50, and we are at Clatercote Reservoir. Right, so let's get into it. Clatercote Reservoir, not far from Boddington. This is the lane you drive down to get to the car park. At the top of there, you've got a road called Mollington Road. Mollington. I'll put the location, everything in the description of the video if you want to come down, or just check it online. And you come down this nice gravel road into this little car park here. Plenty of parking, like loads, enough for what venue this is. Bins, toilet on site. Oh, disabled parking here. That's the bailiff's van. He's just come from Boddington. Yeah, so quite straightforward. Not a rough looking place either. It's quite tidy. So what I'll do now is I'll take you down to water's edge and I'll do a full perimeter of the venue just so you can see it in its entirety. Got a notice board here, so we've got your EA and Angling Trust signs up. Don't eat the fish, steal the fish, or kill the fish. Must have a landing net and a fishing mat to fish this lake. Must have a valid fishing license to fish this lake. So the club don't actually enforce it, but by them telling you to get yourself a license to fish this lake, if EA come round, you are getting fined at minimum, what is it, £1,000? It's just best just to cover yourself. This notice board, bit similar to Boddington. Matches booked, some on there. Match rules regard carp retention in nets, only 6 carp to a net. So if you want to get a screen grab at rules there, look, plenty to look at. Weather, and here's the actual venue and all the pegs. So it looks like you can walk all the way around it, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. This is where we are right now. There's your prices. Day tickets £8, concessions £6, evening tickets £6, concessions £6, second rod £4, match pegs £8, night fishing, oh, night fishing on here £25. So yeah, plenty to go at. And if you want to get the bailiff's number, there's his number. And yeah, nice little setup going off down here. No fires or barbecues to be lit at this reservoir under any circumstances, so you cannot do it. The whole place is surrounded by fields. Look, this time of year we all wildfire problems with that. I mean, they've not been wildfires, people have just been idiots and set everything on fire, so you just can't do it around here. So I don't know, jet boil for a brew, just don't risk it. And yeah, just keep yourself covered. Not quite sure what this is. Capture carp, breaking the surface. There's a number on there. Maybe they do tackle, not quite sure, but just thought I'd give you a little plug. Why not? It's free. So, coming down to the dam wall, so water is quite down. I've never been here when it's been this low before. When I have been before, it's been right up to boards, so this is all going to be new to me as well. We've got a bench, we've got bins, already seen them. Not seen a safety ring yet. Caution, slippery surface when wet. No launching canoes, kayaks or inflatables. Please check notice boards for peg availability before fishing. No swimming signs or anything yet. Matches, so they're making sure they keep on top of it. Bit of sticky baits, pack it down there, not sure what's going off with that. Bits of litter down here, look. You got to remember, besides it being just a fishery access, this does have another public footpath going through it as well. So just bear that in mind. It looks quite a friendly place. Like, look, there's a pair of wellies over there near entrance, and it's yeah, I don't think it's, you know, too much of a problem down here. Got another notice board here, look. Anglers please note, lighting fire is not permitted under any circumstance at this fishery. So you just can't do it, it's not allowed. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to stick to boards all the way around. There's people fishing, so I want to keep out of their way, but you can get a good view from where I'm going to be on boards as to where they are and what they're doing. The bailiff, he's walking round. If he speaks, I'll speak back. If he doesn't, I won't. Simple as that. And I'm not here to upset anyone. I'm just here to grade a fishery and bring you all another area where you can come and give people your hard-earned money to catch some great carp and other fish. It's not just carp in here. So peg one, so water's down, so obviously people have got down to water's edge to fish. See bivvies through there, look. But all these boards all round, like, they all look absolutely fine. But as I walk around, I'll sort of go onto each one as I can. But access down here, look, you can go down and to water's edge this way. So yeah, a few bottles everywhere. Could do with a tidy up. You've got to remember as well, these bailiffs, they're not all sort of club managers. They're not just out here to pick up everything and do all dirty work. But might be worth somebody getting in touch with somebody who fancies getting a cleaning mission started. But there's like tackle wrappers everywhere. A lot of bottles about. Right down there, look, cans and bottles. You got to remember, a lot of this stuff, it'll be submerged or stuck in undergrowth, and when water level's gone down, it's exposed itself. So don't ignore it, but at the same time, don't take it to heart. It's not like I'm walking around a venue that's full to capacity and it's just absolutely littered with crap everywhere. You know, this place doesn't have a lot of water in it whatsoever. Up front of these pegs, look, got your stage stands like what they've got at Drayton, and they're on every single peg that looks at it. So yeah, looks alright, doesn't it? I'm only ever used to seeing it where water's right up, so this is all a bit new to me. Peg 5, I mean, they don't look great. They could do with a sweep, and who knows, like Drayton, that's had a lot of work done at boards. They might end up coming around here at some point and refreshing a lot of these. But they look solid enough, like them beams there, look, they can take some hammer for years. Only thing that's a major problem to decking and boards like this is when water fluctuates lots and they dry out, soak up, dry out, soak up. It's that process that actually weakens them a lot faster. So the more they're submerged in water, believe it or not, the stronger the structure stays to them. So yeah, as you can see, plenty of pegs to go at. These chaps have just left to go somewhere, but one of these chaps in this bivvy here, I think it was that one, well, he was actually playing a fish as I pulled up. So as I came down, he was actually playing a fish. So yeah, very active. And then a chap up here, he was actually playing a fish as I come down to start the video. I think he's already put it back, but yeah, he was well into one. Footpath closed, footway closed. It's not on the actual footway itself, so I think I'm safe. So I'll continue. But yeah, it's been a long time since I've been up here to sort of Boddington, Drayton, Clatercote, and I did a video at Boddington a bit back, I'm sure I did. But yeah, Clatercote's always been that one that's like evaded me a bit. It's always been not had any major real reason to get myself up here. Predominantly a carp fishing venue. I know there's a chap over there on feeder. I'm not saying it's a specimen only lake, because years ago there used to be some great fishing on here. We used to come all the way down here to Drayton, Boddington, Clatercote for a day. You know, bagging waggler days were going off and all that. We used to come and met most on it down here. I think that down there, I think it's a dead cormorant, that. Big old bird, that thing. Sure it's a dead cormorant. So yeah, I've been meaning to come down for a bit. I keep seeing stuff online about it. Nothing bad. It's always good stuff, like, you know, plenty of catch shots and people bagging up. So I thought, why not come down and give you guys eyes on somewhere new, somewhere different. Even if it's somewhere familiar for you. Like I say, some people come and they'll just fish on first few pegs for years and years because they don't want to walk around or they can't. And my idea is that I'll come and do this for you, and then you can make your mind up if you want to come up and have a day's fishing, or if there's an area at lake you've not fished before and you want to come and give it a go. So yeah, it's always worth it. Them cygnets are proper in flight training today. So yeah, I mean, it's looking healthier than ever. Looks quite nice. Loads of room to get down there and get fishing. Like, there's plenty of room between people, and there's carp showing everywhere as well. So if anyone you're a bit, you know, dubious about coming down, and if you're going to catch, there's carp showing everywhere. Like a bit of a service area up there. Look for bivvies or something. I think that's what it's been used for, or been made for. And some steps here, look. So I bet if 2 or 3 on you get your bivvies up there, you can sort of occupy a few pegs down here then. I think that's why they've done it. But yeah, it's not dirty, it's not buried in litter like Foster's cans and that there, look, Red Bull, but that's just people that they're drinking one as they're leaving, or someone's come for a walk round, and instead of just putting it in the bin up there where they're walking to, they've just chucked it in bloody edge bottom, and that's where I can't get my head round. So yeah, I'm not blaming all anglers. I don't think it's an angler problem, but it's definitely an individual problem. People, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. If I got caught chucking litter on the floor, I don't think I'd be able to live with myself. These 2 chaps fishing down here, they've had one as I've been walking round, getting down here. I think he's fishing like a big sort of bagging waggler thing out there, which is probably the best choice because there's carp all over on top today here. So yeah, I do not blame him at all. But yeah, look, pegs look great. The stage stands on ends of pretty much all of them. See if there's any on these down here. Yeah, so put your bank sticks and buzz bars in them. Saves you having your pod dragged in. Yeah, it's alright. Looks really healthy. Water looks great. Don't like it suffering with any algae problems up here. Oh yeah, another one of them service area things here. Yeah, so these have been dug out for chaps to put the bivvies up and that, just so they're away from walkway, so they can still get down to peg and play the fishing if they need to, and all casting and stuff. And we just get a shot at way. It's a bit of security as well, isn't it? It's all right here. Yeah, it's all right, that. Good choice to do that for anglers. Peg 25. Look at these trees here, look, where water's been sat majority of the time. You can actually see all roots that are exposed, and fish will love feeding on that and in and around them. Really good features to take note of. So while you're sat here fishing and you think you have to cast into the horizon out there, you just drop a rig down there and fish coming into edge under these trees. They love features. You've got a very good chance of bagging up in edge as well. Some of my videos at Allcroft are very rarely cast out over my head. They're plonked in edge, and I think I tend to have all my biggest fish in edge as well on feeder. Yeah, I mean, pegs, they don't look great, but they are solid. Like I was saying earlier, it's that drying out and then soaking up, drying out, soaking up. That's what actually gets to the wood the longer they stay submerged, the stronger the, you know, the older strength. Look at this bit here, look, like a gravel bar going. See this shelf here, looking how it bends around there and then goes that way. That's like a bit of a man-made feature, that there. Look, you can just see it where it cuts down. So from that peg, what's this one? No number on it. That'd be a great area to chuck to that. We'll drop a rig on that. So this peg here, I'll have to see if there's a number on the next one. Just underarm, about 9 metres out, and you've got a nice little shelf there. The fish will love feeding off that shelf. They love fishing sort of that way. Yeah, full of features, lots of contours. It's quite an exciting place to be on down here. I'm enjoying the walk around. Like I said, I go to a lot of places fishing wise and doing this, and quite a few of them I just get blown away by. Clatercote, because it's so popular and everyone comes here fishing, and I don't know, you kind of think that I don't know, how can I word it? You kind of think that like magic's gone, because everyone's so used to hearing it and seeing it from other people. And although there's hardly any water in it at the minute, it's, you know, it's full of fish everywhere. Loads of carp on top out there, loads, and people are catching. So yeah, if you go on Facebook and go on Clatercote pages on there, and I think a lot of people share it, Boddington group as well, catches from here. Oh, what peg was that? Let me go and have a look. That feature in front of that peg there. So what's that one? Peg 31. So peg 30, that's where that feature is, just for reference. Yes, if you go online, nice repair job done here, look. And go onto Boddington and Clatercote pages, you'll see all catch shots on there, and a lot of big pike as well coming out of these reservoirs. I know people target the carp, but because of that, all the silvers grow really healthily on these high protein baits that carp anglers use. And silvers, they don't get ignored, but they're not the target species on here majority of the time. So you think of those pike, you know, they'll be having a Cornish pasty every single bite. Nice bit of gravel here, look, what's this? Peg 36. So it actually drops down there, nice silty area where all that green's growing. That's where it grows in the most and easiest, in the siltier areas. And this really tough gravel stuff kind of gets void of growth. So you think the fish will love feeding off that gravel. So peg 36, you know, you could just drop one right in front of your peg here when it waters up on a good day, and you've got a great chance of catching. Fish love gravel. They like inhaling the gravel particles and stones, taking off all the like algae and food sources that had naturally clung to it, and then spit it back out again. So, you know, don't ignore that. Oh, that's an old rod, that one. What is it? Shakespeare. Look at that. Oh yeah, that was probably once upon a time somebody's pride and joy, that thing. Leave it there. God, but that's been in there some years. Yeah, see where water goes right to back up here as well, look. Even under all here, I mean, you wouldn't drop a rigging down here, but fish would love to go in there and have a good route around. No fish in this side, so yeah, don't fish over there. And yeah, peg 39, a nice little willow here, and this is where water sort of ends at the minute. I don't know if it'll go down much more than what it is, but you can see where it's slowly, gradually dried up. Swans look happy. You don't normally get swans on lakes where it's not healthy and it's, you know, a bit abused. That gravel bar, look, it runs all the way from the base of this tree here, and it runs all the way down there. So definitely a feature to keep your eye out for in front of peg 39. Oh wow, look at this. This is like Richard Branson's peg, isn't it? Oh God, build me an house on here. So yeah, just to give you a bit of a reference, there are pegs over there, and that's how much water is missing from Clatercote Reservoir. People are still catching, people are still down here fishing, all animals are happy, all fish are very happy, but all these fish have now condensed down a little tiny bit of water down there. So if you think about it, You've probably been comfortable down there for a few weeks now. That pressure started to wear off. You chuck a live rig out there and have your wits about you, and you've got a you've got a better chance than ever of catching, because those fish will be competing more than ever for whatever food goes in. Because there's not just a fish 10 feet away from the next one, there's probably a fish 10 inches away from the next one. So 127, peg 43, don't know what that means, 127. I'm going to walk you around anyway. It's still a fishery. I'm going to walk you around and just show you what's on offer. Again, no fishing over there. Peg 44. Actually, see where it's a bit silty out there. That's where there's some depth to it over there. And water, the lake bed actually comes up there and drops back down again over there. So if you want the bulk of the water, it's actually over there, and you can actually see the base of the islands now as well. There's one, there's the other one, and that one on this big tree over there, but actually see the base of those islands. But that's where the depth is over there. So let's try and get a good reference peg where you can chuck from. There's peg 46. So straight in front of peg 46, you've got them two deep areas, I'd say 35 to 40 metres, and you'd be straight in the deep, you know, the very deepest part of this end of the lake. That's where that water's been the last to dry up. So yeah, another reference point for you there. Quite exciting, bit like art. I'll tell you what needs to happen now for this not to become a future problem. This wants strimming, wants cutting, and it wants cutting up until the last opportunity before winter sets in. Because if we get a big influx of water and a few weeks of rain like we do most winters, and any snow melting away, any ice, anything like that, it all builds up very quickly, and before you know it, this place can be full back up again, like Artill. They didn't cut any of it, and you can still see at Artill a lot of growth sticking out through its surface, and they said it would have been gone in a few weeks, and it's been months and months. It's been over a year. So yeah, they never cleared it up. So some of this wants strimming away best you can. A couple of work parties down it. I don't know who runs it. I'm not quite sure who has authority down here to do any of that, but 100% that is definitely something that you need to be doing. You need to be getting in here quick, up until the last opportunity you can, before it won't grow again anyway, and then you've got winter setting in and some water coming in. Bit of a cone down there, not ideal. See where an old peg used to be here, look. So you have to be a bit mindful of that if you're fishing on any of these. And yeah, oh, what's this? Like a big piece of netting all the way down here, look, to stop fish from going through there maybe. Oh, there's some netting there, look, as well. What's that do? Stop fish from getting in here. Nice. Tell you what, it's got plenty of brains behind it, hasn't it? You can tell it's not a venue that's just like a free-for-all. I don't know if this is water coming in or going out. I think that's water going out in it. So yeah, there'll be a feed somewhere in or out of here. Ah, someone's been down here, look for a scurry around. I think when water levels dropped, bits of tackle exposed itself and people have jumped in and got it out. If you look at my last video at Boddington, just before this one, actually loads of line, loads of leads, spoms, you know, you name it. Actually ended up pulling out loads of stuff. Looks like a bit of water feed in there as well, so I bet there's something that trickles in from up there. Little bird nest there, look. So it's obviously been there. It's obviously been down a while. Water, if you know, bird's nest has settled there out that way. Yeah. Yeah, nice. So all that netting underneath here stops fish from straying over that way. The last thing you want is hundreds of carp getting comfortable out there because, well, it's like paradise. They'd never come out of there. So yeah, all these footprints down here, I bet people have jumped in and retrieved bits of old tackle. It's all right. I mean, there's cans and that everywhere, and there's, you know, there's bits of litter. But I tell you what, it's not abused. You know, it's not terrible. I've seen a lot worse on a big, you know, triple the scale. Peg 61. That's your view from here, right in this bay. Don't know. Get in comments, people. Let me know what's like a hot peg on here, and what, when it's up to capacity and it's fishing well, what's the go-to pegs to get on to like catch fish, and what are the you know, what's the biggest fish in here? You know, what's the biggest carp that's ever come out of Clatercote? Have to get in comments, let me know, and you know, by doing that you'll be letting other people know. So peg 65, got good access. Look at gravel underneath that island there. Look, we're zooming on that. Lovely bit of gravel under there, and you've got that island there. So you won't want to chuck close to it because of overhanging trees anyway. But even if you back off from it, that shelf on the island comes right down to the lake bed. So you know, you don't have to be really close to it. Yeah, you have to get in comments and let me know just what sort of fish have you had out here? Is there any catfish in here? Any sturgeon or out? Be interesting for other people to read as well that have probably wanted to fish Clatercote for a long time. What we're on here, peg 68. This is a good area. I've actually got a nice ridge line here that runs all the way down here to that island, and this is like a completely different sort of, I don't know, different sort of lake bed compared to, that's really silty stuff, and this way growth has struggled to come and root in and grow up. That's going to be more gravel, sandy based stuff. That not a lot of good natural foods holding it that the silt does for things to grow. So yeah, and chuck into that island over there, look, a nice bit of gravel all the way underneath that, and probably some good areas from here to drop a rig in through there without getting snagged as well. I tell you what, I would be, it looks like a mountain of work, but it wouldn't be. If you got down here and just did like 10 pegs at a time, got a strimmer, a few pals, and just, you know, did it on angler's rates, just come down. What's a bit of petrol nowadays? It's no. Come down, strimmed it all down on last cut before winter, and if it fills back up over winter and after New Year, you're not going to submerge all this stuff underneath it all. Nice little feed in here, look, as well. It obviously comes from over there somewhere. It's all overgrown, so I can't see it, but that's trickling in nicely down there, that. Nice. Yeah, very nice. From this peg here, what are we on, 70? Look at that there, look, lovely choke. You'd only have to underarm it underneath this bit of willow here. Fish will feed under there all day long. You think everything that falls off them trees and rolls down into water and down that shelf there, then fish will be feeding there all day, every day. Yeah, I think I'm quite looking forward to when it fills back up now and coming down for a go up here. Tell you what, these boards, they don't look great, but they're absolutely solid. Nothing wrong with these at all. Bit of a broken rod or pole out there. Looks like a bit of a broken pole section or landing net section. Landing net handle section. Like an old peg there, look. Unless one of them used to be here somewhere. Probably on some of these bits sticking out. That's been taken out and put over there. Yeah. Interesting, isn't it, really? You know, when lakes, I mean, it's not nice because there's no water in it, but quite interesting when water level goes down and you can actually see a lot of, you know, I mean, you can work it out anyway with marker floats and touch lead in and everything, but when you see it with your own eyes, you can kind of build a better picture of what you're casting onto, and, you know, and when you feed Where is it? Is it staying still? Am I feeding? Is it rolling down a shelf somewhere? Right, here look, so peg 76, there's another bivvy area behind here. Look at all this here. Loads of room. 1, 2, probably 3 bivvies get set up here. And that'd sort you out for a few of these pegs with you and a few pals. Yeah, nice. Definitely something to chuck in your notes. If anyone you see these videos, you want to go in your notes on your phone and just put in like Clatercote, postcode, time of year, this video, and just any hot pegs that you see. And every now and again, just slowly work through your notes and just go and visit all these different venues and just see what fishing's on offer. So 76, 77, 78, 79. We've got another good chuck to that deep area out there. Look, so that's that sort of bunghole out there, if you will. And that's where deeper water is on this side of the lake. It shallows back up there and then it drops back into the main belly at lake over there. Yeah, quite impressed with the place. Loads of gravel here, look at this. Lots of swan mussel shells everywhere. Like I say, there's bottles everywhere. It seems to be bottles pretty much everywhere, but I don't know, it's not like it's been a beautiful. Oh, loads of bloody bags over there, look. Not War and Peace, just to walk around and pick them up. Oh, that's done my head in now, I've seen that. But all this is nicely caged off here, look. Got a couple of bivvies in there, facing each other, having a brew, 2 in the morning with your pals, listening to some midnight carp. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I'm not really a carp angler. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm a carp angler, but I'm not a specimen carp angler. Peg 83, look at this. Gravel. Like Collins Earthworks, that. They'll love that there. Spool of line out there. I don't really fancy getting down. In my back, I'll be stuck down there. Yeah, so it's just nice to see it in from a different angle. Peg 85. Just come into some water. Oh, there's a carp right in that shallow bit there then. Just got his nose and his back right out at water then. Wow. Like I say, they'll be under immense pressure at the minute because of water level dropping, so, well, I say under immense pressure, they will have been under immense pressure because of water level going down. With how long it's been down, I dare say by now they've got used to it. And, oh, big herons taking off there, look. Oh, just coming back down, so there's a heron there flying off, and there's 1, 2 there. After all, small fish. Quick, easy meals. Yeah, so now that pressure's probably lifted, the fish are probably feeding like crazy. Peg 89, another nice big area behind here to get some bivvies up. Oh, leaves are coming off now, look, it's getting to that time of year, but nice big area there. Get 2 or 3 bivvies up, occupy a few pegs down here. Right there, look, see what bottles and cans and that. Granted, water comes up here majority of the time when it's full, but they've all got lids on, they'd float. So, yeah, I just want someone to walk round, and even just a work party, walk round and get them all picked up, get them cleaned up. Another Richard Branson peg here, another bit of a pole section down there, and some more there. Looks like a folding chair bag, that. There'll be all sorts. You think how many people have had the rods dragged in over years in all these different venues. There'll be loads of rods, especially out in deeper bits of water. So, yeah. Interesting stuff. Peg 93. Yeah. Still. Stage stands on every single one for your bus bars. I ain't seen any yet, I ain't got them on. Yeah, I'm quite satisfied. I'm annoyed about the litter thing. I've seen bailiff, I'm not blaming him, I'm not going to start pointing things. I've been to fisheries before where people have said it's not we've asked if we can pick litter up, and club have turned around and said no, it's not a bailiff's job. We just ban the people that leave it. But unfortunately, people get banned, and then no one ever actually comes around and picks the litter up. It just stays there. So, in the hope that one day it just disappears. I'm not sure, but I don't know. Summers are a little bit different, aren't we? And I don't always like the thought of it just being left. Now, another big bivvy area here, look, and then I've actually got a water bottle bag there, water bottle there. I mean, bin, you walk into bin, and they just think, oh, I'll leave it there because maybe it'll blow into bin. I don't know. I don't know how it works, but it just doesn't sit well with me, that. I don't like it. Look, sweet corn tins down there, 2 of them there. Peg 97. I don't know, I've been and done Boddington, and that's alright. There's bits down there, but that's lost a lot of water down there. Another area here, look, for a bivvy. What peg's this? Peg 98. So yeah, plenty of room. Nice big willow here. But when water's up, fish get right underneath that. So yeah, if it's same bailiff coming up, maybe it might just be worth having a chat with higher up. Is it worth every now and again having a quarterly work party up here? Just even with a bunch of anglers, just get a brew station up there. You know, get a couple of rods chucked out and then just rotate it. Just get a few on you just coming down and just picking up litter just for a couple of days. I don't know, you could have like a big carp social, couldn't you? Picking litter up, just keep looking after it. You know, one day someone might turn around and say, we're going to stop fishing on there. And no one will like it. And do you know what it'll be down to? It'll be down to what somebody thinks they can do better with it. Look at this little heron here, look. Just hiding with his head down. Bushes. I've seen you. I've seen you. You look nothing like a goose. Bless him. Love a good heron. So yeah, I don't know, I'm just throwing ideas. If it were me, I'd be picking it up myself. Like I say, people are built differently, aren't they? People have had the settings adjusted just a little bit better than others. So yeah, I'm not pointing it all on bailiff. He's probably a really nice guy. Seemed like it when I walked around. Heron's going, he's off. So yeah, maybe it's higher up. Bailiff's here as well, his van's over there. Oh, cormorant there, look, in amongst the gooses. Look at him with his wings out. Wow, cormorants, herons, geese, wagtails. There's cormorant. And the heron still stood there, look. Obviously a very healthy fishery. Not nice to see them kind of birds. It's nice to see the birds. Not nice to see them kind of birds this active, because that means they're eating a load of fish that are really expensive, and well, I wouldn't like to be eaten by a cormorant on a Thursday morning. Yeah, nice. Thought that were a bit of pole section. Is it a bit of pole section, that? Oh, it's a bit of a rod section. Oh, it's broke. Leave it there. So I don't know, maybe I'm just throwing things out there into mist and no one's catching it, but yeah, chuck a carp social together, get down here, bunch of bin bags, see if Tesco will sponsor it, give you some rolls of bin bags for now, give them a shout out, have a carp social, a 48-hour carp social down here, or even a 24, and enjoy some fishing, get a burger van down here, I don't know, just make it up. Oh, what we're on, peg 108, and we've got another area behind here, look. Oh, these are quite nice. Get a couple of bivvies in there, wouldn't you? Easy. I say so. Yeah. Oh, another one here. What's this one? Peg 108, 109, 110. So up here, a nice big area. Yeah, loads of room. Again, bits of litter and that. Looks like a pair of leggings or something. Not quite sure what's going on there. But yeah, he just wants a couple of days for people coming around and just getting it a good old tidy up. Getting everything bagged up and, I don't know, take it home, get it burnt, get it chucked away. Do whatever you're doing. Peg 112 now, you're starting to get to some good water. So this is where it starts to widen up down here. It does anyway, but because water level's down, it widens up at a different angle. Yeah, looks alright. What's that litter problem? Right there, look, the session bag. Someone's tackled up, they've brought it all down here, full of food, full of drink. And what they've done is they've walked off and then they've just thrown it all up there when it weighs absolutely nothing. Right, so peg 114, another nice big service area behind here for bivvies and all that stuff. I quite like that idea. Quite nice, isn't it? Got a couple of chaps fishing down here, so I'll not bother them too much. Right there, look. Another session bag. It's actually been started to be ripped open by animals, but looks at it. Big bit of carpet down there. Yeah, a bit disheartening that, innit? What's that peg? 116, that one. And then coming down into this corner, got another 5 or 6 pegs down here. And I don't think there's any fishing on damn well down here. I don't think you can fish it at all. So, I don't think you'd need to really. If someone's casting from that far bank over there and you're casting from this one, don't see need to be having any damn wall pegs out there. Probably a bit of a silly idea as well if ever you saw it. Peg 119, yeah, loads of water to go out down here. Full of it. Peg 120, like this down here, look, it's like a bit of a towel or a sheet or something. When this fills back up, if that gets left that long and it fills back up, if you hook that underwater and try and lift it out, you'll think you won't even feel it move. You'll be stuck on bottom and you won't feel anything move at all. So it just wants going out and just going away before it becomes a problem later on. And then you've got these last few pegs, peg 121 and 122. And that's pretty much it for pegs now, all the way around. So it is a staging, a platform all the way around the venue back to here. And yeah, I don't know, it's quite interesting, isn't it? Drayton's like broken up a bit. You can't walk all the way around Drayton. You have to come back down and then back up the other side. So yeah, this is quite interesting. You can walk away around Clatercote. Can get to every peg in one journey round. It's all staging solid. It's it's quite quite nice to walk on. It's not a problem. Don't look like or feel. It looks worse than it is because leaves are on it. Could do with a scrape with a yard brush, but it's solid. It's absolutely solid. Yeah, and then come up here. It's barra friendly. I've seen an angler leave over there. He's got his gear, so it's barra friendly all the way around here. Right there, look, people have been throwing the session bags in here. Look at them, look. Just full, and they've just thrown them in there and just left them. It's like, what are you trying to achieve? I mean, yeah, I'd ban them. Straight away I'd ban them. But at the same time, if that were the case and I'm having to put in an extra 20 hours a week workload to come down and clear it all up, that's why people are moaning that ticket prices are going up everywhere, because people aren't paying for extra work you're bloody giving them. And I don't blame them, honestly I don't. One day there'll be a time when fisheries start and lower the day ticket prices. It's because you're doing all hard work for them. When I say hard work, I mean you'll be doing everything that you're bloody supposed to. Nice outlet here, look. Caution, slippery surface when wet, so it is just like decking stuff. It's not best stuff in the world. The grip, water runs out down that way. Yeah, it's alright, isn't it? Quite impressed with place based on my expectations. I don't know, I thought it wouldn't be worse than what it is based on comments I've seen in past, but at the same time I knew it weren't going to be, you know, just an absolute Asbo fest. Oh, I don't know if camera got that one then. Carp just tailed its end right out water. But yeah, location wise, no traffic. It is like you're in your own little world down here. I bet when this is full and it's just a bit more of a challenge to catch these fish, I bet it's a really nice place to be and enjoy a day's fishing down here. Oh, right, that's another one done for you. Clatercote Reservoir. Here, I'll put the location details in the description. I'll put a postcode in there. But ultimately, if you go on your smart device phone thing and go on Google Earth and just type in Clatercote Reservoir, it'll bring you here. All you have to do is hold your finger down and press go, and it brings you straight here. Obviously, you have to get in your car and drive. You can't just expect it to happen without. So I'll put the location details in the description. But what I want to touch on is the venue itself. So you can walk all the way around it. A lot of people were wondering if you can. I've seen comments, can you walk all the way around it? Can you this, can you that? If people know you have to walk halfway up and then come back down to then go up that side, they won't bother. They won't come anywhere near it. So that clears that up for a few people. You can walk all the way around it. If you're coming for a roving session one day, yeah, you can enjoy quite a few pegs at ease, no problem at all. What have we got to talk about? Well, it needs some safety signs. There's not any, there's not anywhere there should be. So I ain't seen any, but there is like caution, slippery surface. It could do with some safety signs going up now. I'll put them on screen now. They are a couple of quid on eBay. Canal and River Trust, other organisations, they might be able to get them made elsewhere for a lot cheaper, but even on eBay as a domestic purchase myself, they're a couple of quid. They cost absolutely nothing. And you can have them plastic backed, you can have them on that PAV, whatever it is, that tough plastic stuff. Or you can have them on aluminium as well, so they last for ages. And if the pieces of laminate paper on the notice board have lasted for years, like they have done, these signs will as well. So screw them on and that's it, they're done. You could do with some as you come onto the lake down here, and then some at this entrance up here at the other end at down wall, you could do with some there as well. That would pretty much cover you. There's no safety rings on here. I haven't seen a single safety ring. At Boddington, there's like 4 all in one place. Down here, there isn't any. Maybe there used to be, but there isn't any more. So that could do with addressing, based on how much water's here, the depth of it when it's up to capacity, a throw rope or a safety ring, something needs chucking in place, but minimum deep water signs, danger keep out, no swimming, they're the minimum that I look for. You need that brief reminder before you get to a venue to stay out of it. The kids of today, believe it or not, and adults, but mainly kids, they will go in. Why? Well, no one told me I couldn't. Yeah, but there's a sign up. No, we looked for some signs and there weren't any. So that's what we have to deal with. There's also a bunch of adults out there that do exactly the same. I'm quite like that, but not with swimming in reservoirs. So yeah, you have to kind of weigh up your audience. You're not just putting a sign up because you think you need it up. You're putting a sign up because someone else will think you don't need one. So it does pay to have them. Plenty to look at. It's not an abused venue. It's not a venue that's suffering. It's not a venue that's being choked. There's people catching. There's people fishing here today. There's people catching everywhere. There's fish feeding everywhere as well in front. They're not just coming shoulders out. They're coming nose out and feeding. There's some up there that have cleared water and come out shaking off, but there's a lot of fish in this bottom quarter down here that are all feeding on top. Just coming up, head and nose out and back down again. There you're feeding fish. If anyone had a pellet waggler on either end of this down wall, chucking anywhere down here, you'd bag up. They're everywhere. Loads of herons. Seen a couple of cormorants. Seen one down there in particular that hung around. What's the biggest issue we've got? Litter. It's everywhere. Yeah, I can say that. It's everywhere. What needs to happen is a work party. I'm not putting it all on bailiff. I've done Boddington and it's the same bailiff. What I will say is maybe it's somewhere higher up that said that that job's not for him to do. Who knows? What I do know is it's not being done. And one day, someone from above will turn around and say, it's not been looked after for years. Here's a photo from 2018 where there were bags of litter everywhere. Here's one from 2020. Here's one from 2022, 24, 25. No one's looked after it, so we're going to swipe it from you. And Canal and River Trust or someone else might give it to a complete. Before you know it, it'll be a syndicate, or it'll be shut down, it'll be a water sports arena. And we just need to start and look after these fisheries, because we won't have them forever if we don't look after them. So plenty more things you can make your money out on with a big lake like this than just fishing, and it's worth taking that into account. 24-hour or a 48-hour work party, having like a carp social, but each group of carp anglers has 10 pegs each, and they can clean them, give them a brush, bag up, have a burger van pull up down here. I don't know, just make it so it's enjoyable, and make it so it actually happens, and do it once a quarter. Get all cash that you make or you donate and enter into these matches, and just give it to a charity or something like, I don't know, and just do that. And you could even take a bunch of it, put up a safety ring, put up some safety signs, yeah, and it will all be worth it, and it won't be a chore because you're doing it via something you enjoy doing. Definitely worth thinking about. But there is definitely a litter problem down here. It needs cleaning up, and based on that, the safety signs not being here, no safety rings, I'm going to score this venue a C. If it was tidy and no litter, or very minimal, safety ring 1 minimum, and even just a couple of safety signs, it'd be an A+ venue like Boddington. So yeah, it's the only thing that's letting it down really. But people are catching fish, everyone looks happy, and yeah, Clatercote Reservoir, isn't it? So on that note, I will close it off there, scoring it a C, and hopefully I'll be back down here in the future to do a few videos myself. If you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, it's completely free of charge, and that way any future content I post you'll be first to be notified. Subscribing is free, by the way, it costs no money whatsoever. It's just like adding your favourite pair of slippers to your watch list on eBay. It costs absolutely nothing. And lastly, comments. Drop some comments down below. Have you bagged up on here before? Do you fish it regularly? Do you live local? Do you fish it once every now and again? What's the most fish you've had in a session? What's the biggest fish you've had? When was last time you came down here? Are you down here right now? Can you see me sat here right now making this video? And just let everybody know in comments what kind of a venue it is, what the expectations are, and I don't know, next time those people come down, if some newcomers come up, it'd be nice for you guys to have a bit of a social as well, and just create a few more friendly faces around here. So yeah, be worth that experience for anybody, I think. And also any good experiences, any bad experiences. I haven't heard anything bad about the place. It's not an abused venue, it's not an ASBO fest down here, but just get in comments, let everybody know, you know, what's it all about. Be nice to hear some stories. It's been a long time since I fished here. It didn't look anything like it does now. I used to think it was huge, so I definitely need to come up at some point and come and have a day's fishing and do a video for you all. So I will leave it there. Clatercote Reservoir gets a C on fishery audit number 50. And if you've got any more venues in mind that you'd like me to go and visit, or go and look at, or even give a tour, or even just promote for you, or turn up because it's an absolute dive, let me know in comments and I'll be sure to give it a visit. So on that note, I will leave it there, and what a pleasure it's been. Now I'm going to get myself a coffee and head off back north, where everyone speaks the same as I do, because no one down here understands a word I'm saying. So thanks for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. There we go. There we go. That's on. There we go. Right there. That's on. There we go.